Each person undergoes natural, planned, negative, or positive socialization in his or her life, regardless of gender or age. The diversity of the social environment determines the conduct of an individual in adulthood. A family is one of the agencies that introduces a child to aspects like culture, physical and psychological identities or behaviors and environments, which are some of the major elements of socialization. Commonly, there are 3 types of families. Each of the family may differently expose a child to the aspects of socialization. The main role of a family is to nurture, mold, and guide children in the society. Therefore, a child who does not belong to any family may undergo a negative socialization process. Besides giving the sense of belonging or identity, a family imparts culture, traditions, norms, social roles, and values into the child. The processes of listening, language learning, and respect to authority start at the family level. Furthermore, it is the role of the family to provide a decent living environment for the children. All children are a product of their environment. Thus, to impart positive social values in a child, parents should choose an environment free from any negative influence. Drug abuse, criminal activities, and immoral behaviors are some of the negative aspects an environment might impart in a growing child. The societal attributes that a family instills in a child include personality, skills, knowledge, social stability, order, cultural transmission, life aspirations, and social discipline, among others. Friends play a crucial role in our overall political socialization. Although people tend to befriend those with common interests, friends can still influence each other. For example, we begin to start creating our own sense of self by being exposed to new people and new things. Right around adolescence is a general time when kids are experimenting with coming up with their own identities. Because parents' views tend to differ from their kids, oftentimes that causes teens to gravitate towards other peer groups, which can have a significant influence on their overall beliefs and political ideologies. Political facts are learned through courses in American history and government, and schools at their best encourage students to critically examine government institutions. Schools themselves are involved in politics. Issues such as curriculum reform, funding, and government support for private schools often spark a debate that involves students, teachers, parents, and the larger community. Negative interactions with the course material, faculty, or teachers in our school experience can have a negative socialization impact on our entire individual being. Much of the political information that we see and hear comes from the mass media. anything from television, the internet, radio, newspapers. Our constant exposure and access to these influences drastically shapes the way that we see the world and the way that we allow our personal beliefs and attitudes about the world to be reinforced. Religion is one of the most important agents of socialization and social control. It has a significant role in organizing and directing social life. An organization like temples, mosques, church. Religion has been an important factor in society. Religion is a collection of cultural systems, beliefs, and worldviews that relate humanity to spirituality and moral values.
In Dachau, in Auschwitz, in Nordhausen, in Majdanek, the German murder trust standardized the procedure of slaughter. The death gas was always the same, Zyklon. Cremation was the chief means of disposal of the great mass of bodies. Auschwitz alone had 4 of them going night and day, like the blast furnaces of Pittsburgh. Having been put to all this expense of murder, the Nazis were determined to make a profit. The charred remains were ground up and sold to German farmers as fertilizer. The death mills were made to pay in many ways. Thousands of garments were stripped from prisoners. Women's clothes, infant shoes, even toys and dolls. Human hair. Women's hair, cut before death dulled its luster. Methodically packed, it was ready for sale to manufacturers. Every murder mill had its storage room, like this one at Buchenwald. Each contained jewelry, watches, wedding rings, heaps of eyeglasses and gold teeth, torn from the mouth of the dead. These were the instruments used to pull the teeth. In their slaughterhouse, the Nazi butchers wasted as little of the body as possible.
fires of civil war flamed. The country became a wasteland. Decisive victory came early and quickly in the November Revolution. The Bolsheviks raised their red flag of victory. Moscow became the hub of world communism. In Moscow, the party line dictates the way of life, a way of life foreign to our American tradition. The control of the state is placed in the clenched fist of the few. The voice of the many is silenced. The thought channels of the students in the universities are molded into a standard pattern. They are told what they must study and held to it by inflexible discipline. They do not question. The professors in the universities are not searchers after truth. They are puppets, mouthpieces for a political machine, teaching what they are told to teach, using textbooks selected by their masters. They do not question. These are not free-thinking scientists following a path of experiment and deduction regardless of where it may lead. They are skilled robots, told what to think and how to work, and the nature of the conclusions they are to reach. A wedge by the party is placed in the teeth of progress. A farmer is a vassal of the state. He's forced to turn the harvest over to the government. In Russia, a man's home is not his castle. He does not have the inalienable right to own a home. He is never free of the searching eye of the secret police. In Russia, you need a permit to change your residence or to take a casual business or pleasure trip. This is not a factory of working men. It is a regiment of human machines without voice in the matter of jobs, hours, wages, or the unions of their choice. They do not question. What becomes of artistic expression that must be subverted to state control?